we go with Bobby McColl, head coach men's soccer here at Houghton. Starting another season here this fall. Talked a little bit about last year and kind of how you're transitioning and building off of last year's team.
Yeah, I think last year we finished the season really well. Obviously getting to one step further and getting to the conference tournament final was really pleasing. We had a young team last year. So as the season went on, we definitely got better, had a bit of a slow start. And then in the spring, we had a really good spring season. We were able to get a lot accomplished. We have a real good group of now sophomores who really made a lot of progress in that time. So yeah, we got a lot of guys returning. Only lost a few players, a few important players, but yeah, we got a good group of freshmen coming in. So we're excited and hoping to try and build on what we did last year.
What have you set as goals for this team? What's feasible and what's reasonable to consider a successful season?
Yeah, I mean, I think now that we've made the conference tournament 2 years in a row, that's kind of first goal is we want to get there. So we always want to be in the playoffs. I think the guys getting a taste of playing in the final, they've kind of set themselves that target of getting back there and trying to go one step further. We know that won't be easy with the conference. It's really competitive and bringing Madai in. But I think the guys just getting so close to winning the conference tournament, almost getting to the NCAA tournament, is giving them a little bit of motivation and a taste for it. So they're hoping to build on that.
What are some of the strengths that this team has? What you knew coming into the season, maybe what you've seen over these first week of practices?
Yeah, I think just this year more than any other, the level across the board is very similar. So there's we're not relying on one or two guys, and just the level from top to bottom is pretty good. So that just makes practice competitive. It means that there's competition for places, and just in general the standard of practice has been pretty good. So yeah, we feel like we're a little bit deeper in numbers this year, but also just the talent level is maybe a little bit more even across the whole team.
Okay. What are some of those areas, I won't call them weaknesses, but areas that you're continuing to try to focus on to take up the next level?
Yeah, I mean, I think after losing a couple of seniors that scored a lot of goals last year, just figuring out who's going to put the ball in the back of the net, how we're going to do that. Playing slightly different formation to start the season this year, something we worked on in the spring, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve there, I think. But yeah, possibly just replacing the goals that we lost last year is always putting the ball in the back of the net. It's the hardest thing to do, so just figuring out how we're going to do that, who's going to do that will be kind of interesting.
Returners, some just key faces, key names that people might remember.
Yeah, I mean, we returned 22, so it was a big chunk of the team. A couple of all-conference guys, and Andy, Loomis, and Oscar Palacios. We got a real good senior group of leaders. A lot of those guys have been starters. Logan Schrock, Jonah Ewan, Isaiah Miller. Got Levi Kennel returning from that class too after a year off. So yeah, we got quite an experienced group returning, and there's quite a few guys that have played a lot of minutes over their career so far. So we're excited to have them back and see what their leadership is like.
You don't have to give specific names of some new faces, and what do you expect out of those new players this year?
Yeah, freshman class, we've been really pleased with them. Like I say, the level across the board isn't. It's pretty even, so they've come in and they're competing, which is always a bonus. They're pushing the guys that are returning, they're fitting in well. It's quite a mix of a few internationals and a few guys from around here and a little bit further afield here in the US. So it's a diverse group. But yeah, so far they've been good, and I hope that they want to come in and compete to play.
For some non-conference games, what are some key games that'll prepare you for E8 play early on?
Yeah, all of them. Early on, we have quite a few of we go down to Grove City in Geneva, which they're always competitive games. When last time we went down there, we tied one and won one, won a close game. So we know that those are going to be hard. Then we have a run of SUNYAC schools who are, that's just a strong conference. So playing against Geneseo, playing against Fredonia, Buffalo State, who still have a really experienced team. Geneseo, that's those games are really going to prepare as well. Last year we struggled in the non-conference games, but it really helped us for conference. So I think another goal for the guys this year is to start the season off a little bit stronger in those non-conference games.
And then who are the key teams to watch in the E8?
Nazareth obviously finished first in the regular season and beat us in the final last year. I think they're going to be good. They had a young team last year. They have a good coaching staff, well coached, so I fully expect them to be back. You know, Fisher were in the semi-final. Madai are coming into the conference and have had a lot of success in the conference they were in before, and have been to the NCAA tournament a couple of times. So, you know, right away I think, you know, those teams are going to expect to be competing at the top. I think across the board, every team in our conferences probably has the same goal of getting into the conference tournament. With it being 6 teams this year, I think the conference is, there's no one team that you know is going to run away with it. I think anybody can beat anyone, so it's going to be interesting.
Good. All right. Thanks, Coach, and good luck this season.
Thank you.